Good late morning to you all. I'm heading into Gettysburg. Got some paperwork to do. And whatnot. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go actually sit at Bantam Rosers and do it because I just... there's not enough. I can't see outside. I need to be around natural light today because it's, I like it. I like the light au natural. So, I'm gonna sit at Bantam with my notepad, get my notes together. Then I'll go into the studio and enter it all into the computer. Morning, Jean. How are you? Morning, Peter. Howdy ho, as well to you and such. Thanks to everybody who's watched the Irish Brigade video and last night's Caroline Janey interview about John Mosby. That interview is from November. It was on Patreon all this time, and the patrons have been loving it, and so now we made it available for you. July is kind of a month where it's like July and December are months where I kind of let some of the older Patreon episodes out for free, in the hopes that people will go, you know what, god damn it, this guy works hard and I'm gonna support him. So I'm gonna become a patron and whatnot. It never really works out in large numbers, but it works out in a few more than usual. So that's a gain. Every little bit helps. So I don't know. Next week I might put out something else. I don't have anything in mind yet. I'll just go looking through, see what I have, and pop it up there. Cracker, hello. How are you? Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the Mosby show. Caroline is going to. I think she said she just submitted her book today or yesterday. And I told her that everybody seems to be fascinated by the fact that he was not called, or at least she couldn't find any evidence that he was called the Gray Ghost in his day, and that she can trace it back to the 20th century. So that's interesting. And so I think she said she's going to put that in the forward. But, yeah. Peter says, great 69th New York video. Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly. Morning, Paul. How are you? Faye, good morning from St. Cloud, Florida. Wundermunke, how are you? I tried to get... I was going to do a live stream during Bike Week because there were a lot of motorcycles, and I thought of you, and I said, you know what, maybe I'll do this for Wundermunke, but I just thought that all of the cursing at them that I was doing in my car would have not gone over well, just unbecoming of, anyone, really. So I did not do it. Good morning, Lieutenant Dan. Good morning, Phil. Rock and Roll says, yes, the 69th video was excellent. Thank you, thank you. Wonder Monkey says, but I wasn't important enough. I get it. Story of my life. No, you were important enough, and I know you enjoy it, and my utter disdain while trying to get through town amid posses of motorcycles buzzing like bees around me, and the anger and cursing that it inspired, I didn't want to subject you to that because I know you enjoy it. Faye says, only week I'm wishing I'm not in Gettysburg. Or, I'm sorry, I'm not wishing I was in Gettysburg. Well, it's over, so you can come back now. Great job on the Liberty Rifles video with the team up with James. Thank you. And also our friend Derek, and I should probably learn this, but he works for a hunting channel. He does the video for the hunting channel on YouTube. He's the creative director, and he got a lot of those shots too. So and then we had Tad the intern. Poor Tad the intern. I sat him up on Hawks Ridge. There's a lone tablet out there on the point of Hawks Ridge, overlooking, well, depending on which way you look, Lake Crawford, or in this case, the Spangler Farm Lane, which intersects with the Wheatfield Road. And he sat up there for 2 hours in the setting sun and heat. We used the tablet as shade for him and the camera, so it wouldn't overheat, so neither one of them would overheat. And so those shots of them coming down the farm lane, and it looks like it's an aerial shot, it's actually a zoomed in shot from up on the hill. And I had a lot of challenges with the one because the park police parked the damn car right at the end of the driveway, completely shattering the illusion that you're watching these men in 1863. A couple of other things shatter that too, like the monuments, civilian feet, or civilians in the background, or a road sign. But I tried to obscure those as best I could. Anyway, so what we had to do, we shot it in 2K so that I could zoom in extremely on the soldiers. But then there was some civilian paralleling them so he could get good pictures, and that kind of ruined the shot. And so I was like, well, what can I do to obscure that so that people might not notice it right away? So then I put this effect on it so that it kind of had a blur around it, like you're looking through a telescope almost. And you can still see him moving, but he's blurred out. So yeah, so those shots were there. Somebody thought we had a drone. I was like, no, it's not a drone, it's a hill. Close, but no cigar. Anyway, it was fun to shoot as a team. We had 4 of us with cameras, each with a specific station or task. So James and Derek went along with the troops, and Tad and I were in static locations. Peter says, oh, hunting channel, we are starting at a 19th century sportsman group. Oh, that's cool. Wonder Monkey says, Faye, I believe there's a Get Out of the Car tour there in October. That is correct. We have our last one is here in October. I don't even want to talk about it yet because I don't want the summer to be over. I don't want to think of going into winter again, but it is inevitable. So we will have that in October. August is Manassas. We're doing Matthews Hill with Harry Smeltzer. And September is our fundraiser with Scott Hartwig. It's a tour followed by a meet and greet, book signing, repast. Not a repast. But like, we're going to have some food. Light fare. So 50% of the proceeds will go to the George Tyler Moore Center for Civil War Studies, and 50% will go to the Digital History Pioneers Foundation. And you can also, when you get the tickets for that, you can get add-ons. Some of those add-ons are, well, I'll tell you all of them. You can get a day pass for the George Tyler Moore Center's symposium the following week, or the week prior to our tour. It's also at Antietam. I believe they're calling it a seminar, not a symposium. Forgive me. You could also add on Jen Murray's book, On a Great Battlefield, or Scott Hartwig's book, I Dread the Thought of the Place, if you need a copy for them to sign. But if you don't, I would recommend you bring along your copy of I Dread the Thought of the Place or On a Great Battlefield. If you don't have it signed already, you can get it signed for or during the fundraiser. And then finally, you can sit in on a recording session and or live stream of Addressing Gettysburg. We also get to spend half the day with us at least, and we'll get lunch and all that other stuff. And you can see the pure insanity that goes into putting on a show. There are now 4 of those left, and I look forward to that. I look forward to showing anybody who's interested all the work that goes into just one show. Six Questions says he's looking forward to Manassas, but it'll be hot. You know, Mike, it will be hot. It's August, and it's in Virginia. Just like June is hot, and July is hot, and sometimes September is hot. But folks, it would be odd if it was 30 degrees in August. So that it's hot tells me all is right in the world. Reed says, love the film with 69th. It's fantastic. Thank you, Reed. I appreciate that. I believe I pinned your comment because it was very well said. Six Questions says, oh, okay, he's answering somebody there. What else have we got here? Peter Zach says, Matt, you should go to more Liberty Rifles events and be the cameraman, just dressed as a civilian, figure out how to hide the camera. I would love to. But I wasn't the only cameraman there. The footage that I shot for the 69th was them, it was the head-on shot of them charging into the field, and that shot of the wheat field empty. That's all I did. I just stood there, and actually like a group of listeners kind of coalesced around me, and we were all just kind of talking for, felt like forever. So yeah. But it definitely helps to have a team of cameramen. And unfortunately, I think Derek's in Ohio and James is down south. So it's not so easy to get them here all the time. But we shall see. You never know. I have a meeting set up tomorrow that I'm very interested to have. That's all I'll say about that for now. Good morning, Melissa. How are you? Faye says, Lentz, I can stand the heat, but those horseflies down there are crazy. Oh, yes. The horseflies. I remember those from being a little kid playing at my aunt's house. And the horseflies. Nicholas, that's right. The heat reminds me of Mexico. It's been, there's been some humidity, but it's been a very, whatchamacallit, not so humid summer. It's not been bad. I was saying to somebody yesterday, like the older I get, the less tolerance I have for the extremes of weather, frankly, anything. And I'm not as bothered by it this year. So that either tells me one of two things. One, the extremes aren't that extreme. Or two, the vitamins and supplements that I've been taking that have been making me feel a whole lot better might actually be helping me to deal with that stuff. I'm able to handle things better like I used to. BP says, Lance, was one of your field exam questions, how do you plan to survive the heat in your official LBG pants? That's a great question. So I did a practice tour yesterday with another candidate. She asked me if I had time and if I would do a practice tour. And I really enjoyed it. And 6 questions, if you ever want to do one, I think it's fun. I'll go with you. But I know we just did one the other day, but if you want to do another one, just you and me, or if you want me to get a group of people together or whatever. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. I was thinking, because it started to rain towards the end, and I was like, you know what? I really am not cut out to be a guide, because as much as I like to be out in the heat, I don't like to be out in the rain. Well, that's not true. I don't like to be out in the cold winter, spring, and fall rain, but I love a good summer storm, because they don't last very long, number one. And number two, they're usually pretty violent and fun. So I like that. Like, the rain comes down pretty heavy. The thunder and lightning make a great show. Why did I get behind this bus? Why did I not just go straight and lose the bus? What is wrong with me? Oh. What was I thinking, guys? Yeah, being a guide means you will be in all weather, including a Noah's Ark flood. That's right. Okay, Mike says that'll be great, so we will do that whenever you want, Mike. Actually, that'll be good, because I need to get footage for your documentary about your journey here. Mike Bariski, Mikey B says, because you're so sweet and made of sugar that you'd melt in the rain. That's right. That's absolutely right. By the way, I saw, Mike, that you texted. I'm going to Bantam Roasters. I got to make some notes. And then I was going to go back to either the studio, or we could go to my house, and I got to enter shit into the computer. So I'll call you when I'm done with this. Wundermoon K says that he's in for the practice tour. So there you go. Mike, do you want me to get like 10 or 15 people so you could practice with a large group? I mean, not like you need that for the exam, but you tell me and I'll do it. Okay, meet me Bantam. Very good. All right. When I'm done, well, I'm going to pull into. You'll know when I'm there, because I'm going to pull into Bantam at the end of this video. Peter Zach, that is Mikey B from the 8th New Jersey. From the 8th New Jersey, and lately, the new member of Addressing Gettysburg. By the way, Ask a Gettysburg Guides come back as a live stream in August on Wednesdays. We moved the date to Wednesday because court has Wednesdays off, and so I figure it's probably going to be easier on him, because he gets out of work at 5:30 sometimes, and he comes straight in to the show. I figure got a day to rest or take it easy and not have to work all day and then come right to us. There's a better chance that he'll actually switch the camera on time. So we will cross our fingers, pull and pray, and hope for the best. But that's the thinking behind switching it to Wednesdays, and that'll be the new day for Ask a Guides live. AG today will still be on a once-a-month schedule until further notice. And then, okay, it's going left. I'm going to go straight, just to try to lose it, let it get ahead of me a little bit. Also, I have my window open and sucking the fumes there. Starting to feel a little lightheaded. Peter says, we used to group up with the 8th New Jersey back in the 90s at events. Mikey says, small world. Sixth Question says, my field practicum is on September 12th through the 14th. Right, I forgot you haven't done that yet. So your field practicum is this September, and your oral is October, if I'm not mistaken. I believe you corrected me on that last time, and I believe that's what I remember. But I don't remember a lot of things. So, you know. Nicholas says, when will you do a show on the Civil War blockade raiders and other privateers? I love your confidence. Happening, you just need to know the date. I like, because of that, now I'm going to do one. The question is answered simply by saying, when I can find an expert to speak on the subject, we'll do that show. Please recommend them. We're getting into naval stuff, which, you know, our circle doesn't really deal with. So I'm happy to do something on that. So let me know. Let me know. Michael says, not spoken to him in years. Pete, feel okay. They're having a private conversation. Oh, so we're coming up to the Emmitsburg Road here. We're going to make a left. What is the word? Izquierda, I believe, in Spanish. So, off the subject here, I recently, now I've known these songs for my whole life, but I only recently realized what a good band Supertramp was. Yeah, Supertramp. And I don't know what it was. Oh, you know what it was? I was flipping through Reels on YouTube the other day. And I love these videos where you have like Gen Zers listening to real music, old music, and they're reacting to it. And like to me, it's joy on their face and their reactions at discovering what real music is and what it can do to your soul, as opposed to the computer shit they listen to today. And so there's a few of them that I follow. So it came through one of the things, and they were reacting to the Logical song. And I go, oh yeah, that's interesting. So then I went down this rabbit hole of other such channels. One of them was a vocal coach, analyzing the singing and stuff. And everybody was like, oh, those words. And then I was like, I never paid attention to the words. So I listened to the words, and I was like, holy shit, all of it's so true. Like, you're young, everything's wonderful, it's magical, and then they send you to school and they kill it. And they teach you how to be a drone, basically. And then, you know, some people get out in the world and they do fine like that, most people. But then other people get out in the world and they don't, and they're like, they'll tell me who I am. I don't know who I am, like, because I'm not who you trained me to be. So who am I? So then I just went down this rabbit hole listening to their songs. And one of the things I discovered was that they're very fun songs to play on the piano, especially if you're like me, where you like different voicings of chords and different uses of chords and everything. They're very good with that. So yeah, that's my my new kick is Supertramp. Bill says, hey Bill, how are you? Bill says, Mike, impeccable timing. Oh, they were talking about Mike's doing whatever they can. Peter says, Matt is the thread holding us all together. Oh, that's sad. That's sad for you guys. Nicholas says, when did they bury all the utility poles around the battlefield? It was around the time they filmed the movie. What's his name? Ted Turner's like, let me film on the battlefield. I'll give you money so you can bury the plans. That's my Ted Turner impression. And the park was like, okay. And they got out their guitars and started playing, darn, if you got the money, honey, I've got the time. And that's how your government works. Reed says, I'm a fan of Supertramp. Dreamer and School are my favorites. Okay, so Dreamer is the only song that's always annoyed me. School, I don't know if I know that one, but I've seen it popping up. I haven't clicked on it, so I will after this video, and I'll take a listen to see if I know it already, or if I don't, if I end up liking it. We're heading over to Culp's Hill, and then we'll end at Bantam. So there you go, Mike. That's your 15-minute warning. They're a good band. And what isn't the story of Supertramp like the guy with the voice that sounds like this? Wasn't the story with it was like he was like this musician and he had some songs and stuff, but he had a rich friend who like gave him the money to like hire a band and make their first album or something like that? Is that the God? I wish I knew somebody like that. God, I wish I knew somebody like that. Not to make an album, but to do what I want to do. Damn. Peter says, love reaction videos. Explains why I'm so messed up in the music I enjoy. I love them too. But I really like to watch younger people because I have such a low, with all due respect to any of the young people in the audience, and I'm not speaking about individuals, I'm speaking about the whole generation. I have such a low opinion of Gen Z. Mainly because of what we see of them in the media. And I completely understand that this is what's at play. What we see of them in the media is just horrendous. When they're on the news, they're either like doing some kind of thrill kill, or they're burning a city, or they're, just causing, they're having temper tantrums like 4-year-olds. That's all we ever see. Now, I know from my life and interacting with people of all walks that is not the way they all are. But of course, it leads to my lack of faith in them and my sincere hope that I die long before they ever get into power. Because I'll be probably killed anyway, because they'll come with some law that says if you're over a certain age, you got to go. You cost too much. So anyway, what was my point? Oh, so I like to see some of them that are normal, like normal people, like they enjoy real music and they appreciate real talent and they can understand poetic lyrics instead of, what's that song, WAP? Like real music, real lyrics, poetry, that type of shit. So it's enjoyable for me to watch that. And they're discovering the music I grew up listening to, as music from a bygone era as well. But it was not so bygone as it is now to them. That's their grandparents' music. That was my parents' music. So I don't know, it's interesting. It's just nice to see. Breakfast in America was the best. Yeah, I love that song. Take the Long Way Home. Goodbye Stranger, or Goodbye Toby, as some of us know it. That song is great. I've always loved that song. They're just good songs. But that's the other thing. You listen to the music and it's upbeat, it gets you going, there's dynamics to it. Then you listen to the lyrics of some of these songs and they're pretty dark. Like Goodbye Stranger is a one night stand, right? He's waking up in the morning from one night stand. He's like, yeah, sorry, that was just yesterday, but tomorrow you'll feel no pain, you'll be fine, Goodbye Mary, Goodbye Jane, will we ever meet again? Who the hell cares? I'm done, I did what I wanted to do. Pretty dark, but it's such an upbeat, happy song. You don't even listen to the words. The Logical song, it's very sad because it's all true. It's about how the system kills the human spirit. What's the other one? Take the Long Way Home. I don't remember the words. You're part of the scenery. I'll have to listen to that again. And then take a look at my girlfriend. That's Breakfast in America, right? Yeah. Take a jumbo across the water, love to see America. See the girls in California. And then you got the clarinet in there. Who puts a clarinet in a rock song? They do. Billy Joel did. A lot of people did in the 70s. Good morning, Ty. How are you? Peter says, been up since 4 a.m. and everyone's saying good morning here is messing with me. Feels like 3 p.m. in my brain. Don't you love that? I was up at 4 a.m. the other day. We'll talk about this on the next AG Today. We had to take Cindy to the emergency room. She had, so she was working, the barn resort during bike week. So she was doing 12, 14 hour, sometimes 16 hour days. The first day she came home, she's like, oh, my ankles are swollen. I wore the wrong shoes. I'm in such pain and blah, blah, blah. Next day, she comes home and it was like she had a golf ball between her skin and her left outside ankle. And I was like, holy shit. And there was like a little red mark. And I'm like, are you sure you're not snake bit or something? Like, it looks like you got a bite or something there. And she's like, I don't know, I'm just gonna ice it and go to bed. And so then we're laying in bed. She wakes me up at 4 a.m. She's sitting there on her phone. And she's like, I think I have cellulosis. And I said, no, you don't. Your ass looks fine. And she goes, no, not cellulite, cellulosis. And I said, oh, sorry. And I go, what's that? And she reads it to me, and she's like, because if I got a bug bite, maybe that's what it is, and it's infected. She's like, I'm going to go to the ER. You don't have to come. I'm just going to go. And I go, what? No, you're not going to go alone. If you need to go to the emergency room, I'll drive you to the emergency room. So we get up. We go to the emergency room. I hit a tree because I was still asleep, but nobody saw it. So we backed out. And continued on our way to the ER. I got some stitches in my forehead. It was convenient that we were heading there, I guess. That I just made that part up. So we get to the ER. Nobody's there. It was beautiful. So they take her in. They look at it, and the doctor gives her some antibiotics and everything. Takes about 3 days, I learned, because I texted Doc Foose. Because it hadn't really cleared up. Usually, you take 4 doses of an antibiotic in the first day. By the second day, you're starting to feel better. So I texted Doc Foose, who was on vacation. So Doc Foose, if you're out there, I appreciate you taking the time out of your vacation to answer my questions. I texted him, like, yo, are you going to be at urgent care tomorrow? Because I need to maybe bring Cindy in. This is what's happened and everything. And he goes, well, remember, it takes a while, like about 48 hours, for antibiotics to work in the extremities sometimes. Not all the time. So I said, oh, that's good to know, because it hasn't been 48 hours yet. Sure enough, 48 hours, swelling started to go down, redness started to go away, it wasn't hot to the touch anymore, and now it's been, I don't know, 72, and it's looking better as the hours go by. So that was our exciting time, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I, you know, as I was driving around, I think I'm going to do it probably Thursday. As I was driving around that early in the morning, and I'm seeing the mist hugging the lowlands and the little gullies and valleys and whatnot, not around here, I said, you know what? I have to go down to Antietam this early in the morning and shoot a promo for our Whatchamahoozy. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go shoot a promo for our fundraiser early one morning this week down at Antietam. Just as the sun is coming up, I will get whatever loveliness is to be found down there for that thing. So Thursday, if you feel like getting your ass up early in the morning to meet me there at sunrise, I'll see you there. Oh, James, reaction vids to garbage AI history. That is a great idea. That's what we should do. I've always wanted to do reaction videos. My heart is to do them to music, but I know my reaction, it'll be like Gen X pukes at Gen Z music. And somebody will try to, you know, like the viewers will recommend a song that they're certain is good and I will like it. And then I'll just vomit every time I hear it. And because it's like that South Park episode where the kids hear the adult music and it sounds like farts, and the adults hear the kid music and it sounds like farts. And that's just the nature of life, I guess. But anyway, but that's a better idea, the AI vids, because I keep seeing these. There's Mikey B. There's Mikey B standing there like an idiot. Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. There he is. Look at that. Look at that. What's he doing? He's picking stuff. He's eating like, oh my God, it's like a Bigfoot video. What's he doing? Unbelievable. Mikey B. Anyway, I like that idea because these AI videos, I keep seeing them about Gettysburg and they're terrible and often wrong. So yeah. So let's maybe do that. We'll do reaction vids from me and Beth. Oh, we could do that too. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Boomer. Yeah. See, you guys didn't even know that the Boomers are like old. But I get the insult. James says reaction videos. So what? Okay, got that. Jim said, I thought you were going to say got into a brawl with an unruly biker broad. Ty says, I've always wondered, did men in bands in the 70s not have testicles? So many high-pitched voices. Yeah, that's it. That seems to be a thing that went away, that Bee Gees falsetto. Nick says, the biker brawl in town sent a lot of people to the emergency room. Wait, there was a biker brawl? Was there a biker brawl, Mikey?
I was not notified of any.
Oh my God! Usually they call Mike to come and rescue. Faye says, "Cool, what happened?" Antietam at sunrise is beautiful. Being there on the anniversary at sunrise is special. Bill says, "Ha ha ha." Peter says, "Is he wearing jorts? Are you wearing jorts?"
No.
No, they're just kids' shorts.
Jesus,
and
Bill.
Nicholas says, "Built like Don Adams." Oh, God. And the Mike 6 question says, a wild Mikey B has been spotted. That is right. And Mikey B and I are going to go inside and we are going to have some coffee and do some work. So I will bid you a fond adieu, and we will resume this at some other time, some other wonderful, glorious time. In the meantime, well, actually, I meant to say, until next time, it's the meantime. So, you have a good one, everybody.